Hello everyone, it's Heather. Welcome back to Brilliant Blue Reviews. I want to talk to you a little bit about my experience of seeing, or our experience of seeing Conclave in the cinema in Munich, Germany on Sunday. So just a few days ago. I'm home in the United States now, but this was the third time I had seen the movie. And sorry, I'm going to try to make this quick because I'm running out of daylight, but I've been filming all afternoon. It's Christmas Day, and I'm spending most of it filming. I first saw Conclave here at home by myself, went to it on my own, and was just completely blown away. And then I took my daughter, Megan, to see it. She's a junior in college, to see it when she was home at Thanksgiving break. And she was completely blown away and just could not believe how good a movie it was. She was a little disappointed because on that particular night, we were going to go see Sleepless in Seattle, I think, at our budget theater, like as a re-release. I really wanted to see Conclave, and I thought it was going to be our last chance to see it. And so I convinced her to go to that instead. And at first she was bummed, but she liked Conclave so much that she was not disappointed at all. And she was very excited when I suggested seeing it yet again at a theater when we were in Munich. If you didn't see my previous video where Megan and I talk about our experience seeing Wicked at a big multiplex in Munich, go back and watch that one because we talk a lot about the experience of seeing a movie in Germany. We promised in that one that we were going to tell you a little bit about going to Conclave, and so I'm just going to do that quick in this video. One thing that you need to know is that we went to it at a different theater. So this theater was recommended. It was called Cinema. I can't remember the full thing. It was Cinema something, and it said Cinema on the outside. It was a Sunday morning. It was at 10:30 a.m. And this was in this little movie theater. It's a one-screen movie theater. Was in a very quiet residential area of Munich, kind of on the western side of the main central Munich, on Nymphenburger Straße, which is the main street, kind of four-lane boulevard street, with the canal in the center that goes all the way out to Nymphenburg Palace on the west side of Munich. So it's right along that street. It was on a corner. It was really easy for us to find. We happened to pass it on our big bus tour on the Friday, and then we saw it on Sunday, December 22nd. When I looked up like where to see English-speaking movies in Munich, this place was listed as one of them, and it was considered a very popular movie theater for expats, so expatriates. So U.S. citizens living abroad in another country are known as expatriates. Well, I don't know if it's just U.S. citizens or any country living in a country that's not, any citizen not living in your own country. But U.S. expats that live in Munich, which I looked it up, I think there's about 6,000 of them living in Munich, and like 25,000 or something living in Germany. This theater was recommended and listed as a place where expats like to go. All of the movies that they show there, they're fairly current and they're shown in their original version. So if it's an American or British, I suppose, film that's released in English, it's going to be in English. Now, Megan and I disagree about something, and I can't find the answer, but I'm fairly certain, and if anybody knows, if you saw Conclave right away when it was first released, will you tell me if I'm right about this? I am almost positive that when I first saw it the first time, when it was first released, that there were no subtitles. And Megan disagrees with me. She thinks there were subtitles, because a lot of the movie is in other languages. A lot of it's in Italian, because it's the Vatican, and they're in the Vatican and in Rome, and a lot of them are speaking Italian. And then there's also quite a bit of Spanish. There's a significant amount of Italian. But here's the thing. I know Italian, okay? I've been studying Italian for years. It's one of the many languages that I'm able to speak, or at least have some pretty significant knowledge of. And so I didn't need the subtitles if they were there. And even when we saw it in Germany, when we saw it in Germany, we came out of the theater and I started to film something for the vlog, And I said it was kind of unusual because here in Germany they had subtitles and in the United States they didn't. And Megan cut me off and she goes, it had subtitles, but I really think she's wrong. Or at least it didn't have subtitles when I first saw it. And I really don't know. Because even if it did have subtitles, I wasn't reading them. Because I could understand the Italian and I could understand the Spanish because I can speak, both fairly well and know them. And so I didn't need to see the subtitles. So if they were there, I can't say. But if they weren't there, there was enough context and I was able to understand enough in the Italian and the little bit of Spanish to know what was happening without subtitles. So I don't know. But when we saw it in Germany, there were subtitles for the Italian and the Spanish, okay? Not the English. So if German people were going to see this movie in Munich, they had to be able to understand the English without subtitles because none of the English was subtitled. Now, because this was a theater that was well known for being kind of a place to go for expats, and I could definitely hear there were other Americans there with us. Now, we were the first ones to get there. We got there at about 9:45, and they actually made us wait outside, and then they opened the doors at 10. And this was it was simultaneously adorable and so cool, this movie theater. It was, like I said, a one-screen movie theater. It was either redone or brand new. I don't know. It was in a building that had obviously been there for a good long time in the corner of the first floor. It is very unassuming on the outside, but the inside was a really kind of chic little lounge. Dark colors, a low, was it a mirrored ceiling? Black, velvety cushions all along the windows to sit on, little, like lounge tables and little velvet chairs with these really cool pops of color, little throw pillows, and very colorful, but also dark and kind of mature. And it had a full bar, and then it had just the concessions, which were not very expensive, by the way, and neither were the tickets. Smallish bathrooms, but very modern and spotlessly clean, like almost everything in Germany is. And then we went into the theater, and it was state of the art. It was very modern. It had brand new, really comfortable seats. It had a absolutely amazing sound system that you could see on the walls. And it had even though it was all like new and modern, it had a traditional curtain that was closed over the screen and then opened when the movie started. And one thing that we really liked was that it had a bunch of previews, but no ads. There were no ads at the beginning of the movie like you see at the big cineplexes. It went straight into the previews and then straight into the movie, like the way it used to be back when I was a kid. So when there weren't commercials on movies beforehand. Enjoyed the movie just as much. I mean, the only thing that we weren't sure of is we had this kind of disagreement about whether or not there were subtitles. The subtitles in this one were very noticeable to me. And as soon as the subtitles came on when they first started speaking Italian, I thought to myself, I don't remember there being subtitles. And so that's why I'm kind of confused, because I really don't think they were there. But Megan thinks they were, so I don't know. Unfortunately, Ben said he was kind of lost. He wasn't paying close enough attention, probably, and kind of lost his way. And he said as it got further, he started to think he sort of understood it, and I don't know. So it wasn't a real successful movie-going experience for Ben, but Megan and I enjoyed it just as much as we had. And the two things about this movie, besides the acting and the writing, the music is just amazing, and the cinematography of this movie is just unbelievable. Just some of the shots are so cool. It's just a really, really good movie. And like I said in one of my other videos, it might still be coming. I think this is my favorite movie of 2024 is Conclave. I saw it 3 times in the cinema. So twice here in the United States, about a month apart, and then another month later, saw it in Munich, Germany. Really, really good movie. Enjoyed the cinema going experience in Germany. And even the fact that it was 10:30 on a rainy Sunday morning, mind you, that theater had a good number of people in it. It wasn't full, but there was a good crowd there. So it was well attended. So I just wanted to share with you that little bit about what our experience was like going to Conclave in Munich at a different theater. Really cool gem of a theater. Wish we had something like that around here. I mean, it was really cool. I liked it a lot. And if I lived in Munich, I would definitely go to more movies there. I hope you enjoyed this little glimpse into what our movie-going experience was like at a kind of a smaller theater geared toward expats in Munich, Germany was. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.